Hi, welcome to OWAD today. I'm Sophia, pilot into the universe of Chinese. We're going to continue our exploration into the kingdom or the universe, the Chinese verse. Okay, so we're going to stick with September's 2 character a day or an expression streak. Today we are going to continue with 散心. So, 散心, yesterday we talked about 涣散, which is diffuse. It could be either the lighting in diffused way, or it could be attention or the focus, diffuse, that becomes out of focus, right? And today we have 散心, dispersed heart. So here we're not talking about attention anymore. We're talking about heart. What's the difference? Okay, you will see. Again, let's come back to 散. 散, dispersed. When in contemporary Chinese, it's hard to tell what exactly a story in there. In traditional Chinese, you can see the 散, the top portion over here is forest. So forest have this canopy, the tree trunk, and then the 2 strokes over here on each side of the tree trunk, kind of a canopy, tree trunk, and the 2 strokes over here, kind of give you a, I guess that's a different rendering of the tree by itself, because the tree will have a big arch at the bottom section that shows the root of the tree. But over here, it's disconnected somehow. Overall shape, it's still about tree, right? Because they have this trident shape. Chinese have it's an amazing way to simplify things. Like over here, we have 3-finger hand symbol, right? Just use 3 fingers to represent all 5 fingers. But that's like it's 60% to represent 100%. That's still a big portion. But in terms of the trees, there will be many branches and twigs and complexity. A tree can grow very complex shape, right? But only the trident shape in Chinese, almost like 3 fingers, right? Like 3 branches on top of the tree to represent a whole canopy. That's the charm of Chinese, to make it abstract enough, but also recognizable enough for you to tell what that is. It looks kind of like a tree, right? Except here, I don't know if whoever used this symbol in the word creation changed the arch originally on the bottom to signify, this is a 3 tree canopy trunk, and the arch over here originally signify the root of the tree, to change it into this 2 separate strokes on each side. I'm not sure like if that has any intentional design over there, but 2 of them, like 2 separate trees side by side, means a forest. So Chinese super simplify, just use 2 repetition of something to mean multitude of something. So only in English, we have out of the woods, right? The woods is a plural s to mean a forest, like small scale, I guess, small scale forest. But plural means more than 1, right? And then the rest of it is left for interpretation, imagination, personal experience, imagined. But similar here, we just show 2 to mean multiple, and then you can scale up according to your own imagination. So now 2 trees means forest. The bottom left is looking like a omega sign with 2 streaks over there that shows the texture of the meat. So the whole thing is meat, and the question mark or omega sign looking shape to depict the shape, the overall silhouette of the meat. And versus here, the 2 strokes means the texture of the meat. Okay, together we have meat, we have forest, 3-finger hand symbol. So some hand showing at the bottom right of the screen. And here, vertical line attached with a horizontal line was set to be a fortune teller's tool. Don't know exactly what that is, but that is pronounced as a bu. It means fortune telling. And ancient times fortune telling probably this forecasting what's going to happen, probably what's going to happen tomorrow or next year, was a common practice because people would constantly want to know what's going to happen, right? So this fortune telling tool eventually extended into any kind of man-made tool to serve a certain function, not necessarily fortune telling anymore, right? So in this case, it's a 3-finger hand symbol. Apparently, it's attached. The tool is attached to the 3-finger, meaning handheld tool. So now we have somebody holding a tool facing that forest in search for meat. So this, we can view it as a depiction of the ancient hunting activity, that hunters, their goal is go after the meat, the prey, the catch, right? And they have some tools in hand. And then the location would be going into forest. Probably that's where the meat is rich. That's where the prey or these small animals are hiding out. Nobody is going to stay out clear in open, right? Not in a clearing. They have to hide somewhere in the woods. So going into the woods to hunt for meat, that's the ancient hunting practice picture right there. So now, why it's dispersed? This is up to my imagination because I never in my lifetime hunt. So I don't have the, even in ancient times, right? Women were supposed to be the gatherers. I guess if I live in that time, I would like to be a hunter. It looks more fun. I mean, it's bloody, but it's a necessity. And then you go into the woods, right? More adventurous. But I never got a chance. So it's only leave up to my imagination of humans. We group together to hunt, not one hunter going after animal. It's a group of hunters going in to the woods. So the strategy would be they disperse. Disperse would increase their chance of finding a hunt, right? And then between them, this group of people, they're going to have some sort of signaling between them. Once anyone detect a target, then the rest of them are going to strategically position themselves, either enclosing onto someone or run somebody down to hunt them. So that's up to my imagination. I don't know if that's going to be the strategy, but now we know this word set means spread or disperse. I would imagine because of this picture tells a hunting scene. So from hunting, and now it means disperse. The connecting dot would be, okay, in ancient times, the hunting practice would be to have the hunters, the group of hunters disperse into the forest. And that's the full story of the behavior, because now we see the setting, the goal, right? Even the handheld tools, implies the person. So who, where, for what? But the how part was imagined. By now, the meaning means disperse. So how to hunt is to disperse the hunters and then go after the prey. Okay, so that's disperse. Xin, it almost looks like a lobster arm over there, but I look at it as this. So heart basically is a pump. So here is the chamber of the pump. And then we have an input tube, and then we have an output tube. So blood come in, pump goes out, right? And then the third tube is to supply the energy, the bloodline for the heart itself, because the heart needs to be electrified. I mean, a pump will be electrified, but a heart will need to be powered by a bloodline of its own. So there are 3 tubes connecting to this chamber. That's the basic anatomy of the heart. So the heart simply is a visual, super abstract representation of a human heart. And heart, in Chinese, just like in English, we have heartwarming, we have heartfelt, right? So apparently heart in English as well was attached to this emotional intelligence, I guess, right? The empathy, to feel something. And in Chinese as well, 心 we have, because it's pumping, it's not only push the blood throughout the body, but I guess it's dispersing chemicals as well. Like however we're feeling inside, the chemicals through heart are going to spread all over the whole circulation of the body, right? So disperse the heart. What does that mean? 散心 in Chinese means chill. Just like set in last episode talks about diffuse, it could be diffused attention. So heart here different from attention, because attention means like intelligence. You're looking at the problem, you're focused, right? But the xin here means emotion. So emotional build up. When we have an emotional build up, it's going to explode, right? It's too much. So sometimes as Chinese, in this phrase, embedding this cultural advice to later generations that you need to disperse. You need to disperse that emotional buildup so that you don't get explode. So that's the essence of chill. Like stay chill means you need to almost like occupy your mind in something else than what is bothering you. So leave something behind, go somewhere, look at something, refresh your mind, and that's 散心 to Chinese. That's to stay chill so that we don't tense up. We don't have this internal emotional debris like build up to block our heart or something. We want to diffuse the tension, diffuse the pressure, and by 散心, like kind of let go, right? That's the English simplified version of let go. That's how we remain centered, remain calm. All right, that's 散心. Cashing into the currency of thinking about what today with Sophie.